and rice, and it's Mexican flavors. I think you're really gonna like it. Here's what we start with. Tablespoon of olive oil, and of course minced garlic. Oh, good teaspoon of that. Of course we want to add, oh, that's a good, big giant onion chopped up there. So we'll go ahead and get some peppers in there. We'll get that fire back up. What else goes in this dish is corn and beans and rice. And of course the rice that we're using, I've already cooked up the rice. It takes about 45 minutes to an hour to boil up true brown rice. And I mixed in some wild rice, that dark black rice. This is 3 cups of cooked brown rice, already cooked, ready to go. So I want to get that in the saute. And 2 cans of black beans. I am the bean queen. That is who I am. Beans offer so much nutrition for your body. All right, this is starting to look pretty good, isn't it? This is just some frozen corn straight out of the bag. We just measured out 2 cups of it. I love frozen corn because there's no salt added. You could use canned, but I would buy the no salt added. This is a fresh salsa. Fresh salsa is a little bit less in sodium content. And this is the flavoring secret, one of the flavoring secrets to this fabulous beans and rice casserole. Oh my goodness. Now we're also gonna add some 1/4 cup chopped cilantro. Oh, I used to never go to the effort to buy this kind of thing because it doesn't keep in my refrigerator all that long, but I have learned to manage cilantro in my refrigerator and be able to have it on hand all the time because oh my goodness, is the flavor of that gonna punch this dish right up. Next thing, 2 teaspoons of cumin seed. And of course some teaspoon of dried oregano, get that going in there, and oh, 1/8 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. And of course you could add some extra if you'd like. Ooh, doggies, that's gonna heat it up a little bit, and you can make it as hot as you'd like to make it. Now, I've calculated that you can still add 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt to this, and it won't overdo the sodium budget. You'll still be lower than had you used canned products, canned beans and all that using sodium, but this is going to help keep sodium low just by adding just 1/4 of a cup. Whether you serve this in a large pumpkin like this, you can even get the big kind of pumpkins, but I will tell you the flavor is even better using a pie pumpkin. Oh, the lid came off nicely, look at that. Just peel her off just like so, and then we've got to scoop out all these seeds. And we're going to just fill up this pumpkin. You want this to be hot because that's going to help it cook faster than if it were cold. Now remember, if you wanted to use the big pumpkin, you could do that and you'd be serving a big, giant, big bowl of it. And the baking times vary for the size of the pumpkin, but you get the idea. You can do whichever you would like. And what we'll do is just pop this in the oven now at 375 degrees for about 90 minutes. And of course it's going to vary for which size your pumpkin is. Here we go. Oh wow. It is an absolutely fabulous dish.